allow us to see in the dark. It's not enough to outfit an entire army, but it's enough for a small contingent. The commander wants me to get together people who are, well, who exist outside of the confines of the law, to take these potions and find this artifact, or at least pave the way for the guards.
I know a secret way into the sewers.
In exchange.
You do?
Yeah.
Really?
Can only use it once, though. Been sitting on it for a little bit. Yeah, I can see in the sewers fine. I can see in darkness fine.
And you're sneaky.
Yeah, but there's serpents there.
This is probably not something that I could go on. I literally glow.
Maybe. But this is the thing. As payment for getting this back for Ariland, he's promising 8 silvers and a spot on a non-combatant caravan that he's putting together that will leave Adwick in the case that the worst comes. It heads west.
We can't take that.
No, we cannot.
It's a way out.
We could give our spots to someone else.
We can't leave Arn.
Arn can come with us. Don't you understand? If Ariland falls, if Adwick falls, there is no holding anything over his head anymore.
I'm only going if Arn
We'll be
goes.
forced to go die.
Same.
And I'll talk to him.
Yes.
Don't spread this information out and about only to the ones you trust the most. I'd prefer to talk to everyone first hand, but I don't know how soon this is supposed to happen.
All you.
I'm not telling anyone.
And the golden-hearted Quintus himself is going around the poor quarter, donating to the poor and preaching the good word of Sotar, and still, that's not enough evidence.
Sotar?
Oh, and he's been inciting
Empire's
violence. Yes, the Empire's god.
Why has he not been dealt with? We are basically surrounded.
Because we need concrete evidence.
Fuck concrete evidence.
Because the commander's honorable git is what the issue is here. And now I'm afraid if he dies in just suspicious circumstances, he'll become a martyr. Because the poor quarter has been armed.
What? That's right.
Crates have been...
Crates of...
Yes. Goods have been
Or maybe
coming into
that
the
was
poor
Rin who
quarter.
mentioned it. I don't know.
Yes. Rin's pulled me in on his investigation. Somehow it's all tied in with this cult of Asara too. It seems that Burke, the man that owns this mercenary company that's laundering the weapons in and out of Adwick, was once a captive. He was captive along with Maya and Barley Roll. Apparently they both experienced this cult.
I see.
And in Maya's notes, I saw that there was one more, apparently, who escaped. I have no idea who it is, though.
We certainly missed a lot. Adwick is in shambles.
It's just what I
Can't
can
tell it from
remember.
the outside, but the inside is falling apart, brick by brick.
Yes, well, we allow insurgents to run free in a time of war. So what's to be expected, right?
What can
I
we do?
suppose
We
so.
can't fucking do anything, can we?
Unless we can really make it look like an accident.
No, no one would buy it. He's too much of a target. I was just gonna slit his throat in an alleyway, but
for him to become a martyr.
yeah.
Yes.
If you pickpocket him, and maybe it can look like a robbery.
From who, though?
Any poor, destitute old person living in the poor
Oh,
quarter.
remember, everyone in the poor quarter loves him.
Right.
Fine. Listen. Kyler, I don't want this to come off wrong. Do you know any other drow in the city?
No. There's a knock at the door.
Someone is knocking. I'll get it.
Right.
Why do you ask that?
Continue our conversation.
someone to look out for when we go down there.
Another Drow.
He's an expert in swordplay. Seems to be from Gradia. His accent betrays as much. Poisoned weapons.
Who was it?
Anya. She said they're letting Arn out soon.
Good.
So
You
what
know
is
the
this
man.
about another Drow?
No. But if he's an expert and he's a Drow, then that's dangerous. That's very dangerous. Especially
He
if he's
can
in a
Where did
throw
you see
these
this
smoke bombs
apparently
and he
expert Drow?
disappears.
What?
He vanishes and then he'll appear in front of you. He's impossibly fast. It's insane.
Where did you see this man? How did you confront him? How did you learn all this?
And he uses throwing knives. He
Oh, great.
shooed me away from something I was investigating.
Mm.
I'll spare you the details in case he's listening.
How would they be? Oh. I see, okay. Well, we're not as exciting as your stories. We found Baylor.
Really?
Now, what was it again? Signy? His name is Signy now, and he is a full Bjarnin. And apparently gods are real. We had a confrontation with the Bjarnin god.
Bania. Yes.
Yes, he spoke to
I
us.
was
We
filled
saw.
in.
Ah, good. So you heard. That was interesting.
Grew back his leg and everything, huh?
Aye, he's still in the north. I think Yorsa made him the leader of the clan.
Interesting.
Oh,
Will they help us?
they should, yes. We got them on our side, to say the least. It was dicey.
Hmm.
Took a lot, but we did. I've been meaning to ask you. You do the magic stuff. You'll understand that a bit more, right? Magic
Sure.
artifacts. Arn gave me something that Faye found. And the Indel apparently said it was magic or something. I don't know. They bought it at the festival, apparently.
Ah, yes.
It's a figurine of a Triton lady. It was around the necklace. They said it was some kind of magic, apparently. I don't know. She said not all magic was bad, but I don't like it regardless.
Well, it definitely seems to be magical.
So you're getting your tingles?
Yes.
I see. Thank you for confirming then.
Of course.
I won't pretend I like magic. All it's done is
I've-
cause pain.
Well, it's just as with any weapon.
You're right, it's those who use it. I need to remember that. I'm just not a fan. Well, shall we check on Arn? Or do you have more to talk about, Kyler? Or you, Miren?
Let's go find out.
Nothing I can think about right now, but yes, I'd like to
Thank you for letting us
say my.
know, Miren.
Of course.
I appreciate you giving us the rundown. It is worrisome, to say the least, but is better than being in the dark, I suppose.
Indeed. I don't intend to leave you all here in a dying city if the worst comes.
I appreciate it. But like we said,
Maybe
we
you-
can only leave if Arn does too.
Well, maybe Arm will leave if you all leave. Or we can drag him out kicking and screaming. There's no point dying
I would
here.
like that. Thank you. Well,
Braylon?
Good call.
I got food cooking right now.
thank you.
Loretta.
You whole?
For now. As for you too, I don't know why you paid for food.
I don't know, I just needed something.
My place is full of bombs right now.
Fish is healthier.
I know a cozy little alcove.
Glad to see you're okay. Belmont?
Kyler, you alright?
Just learning more and more things about Adwick being in flames. Stressful.
Not wrong.
Don't know where to go, what to do, where to pivot to. Everything just feels like a dead end, I suppose.
Trust
Adwick's
me.
done for.
Just be mindful where you say that around, Kyler. There's still some hope, but it's not great. Just that there's many still want to fight. Many who've tried to believe there's hope. Think of the captain. He still has to stay probably and fight to the end.
Yeah.
Her family is part of the people I'm trying to get out of her, Kyler. That and be with us.
You're doing good work.
Do what I can. To be frank, I haven't slept in 3 days. Let alone 8.
Get some sleep. You'll need it in the times to come.
Definitely. Especially if we're about to be under siege. That's what it feels like.
For Imperial Legion, no less.
Well, at least it won't last long.
Right.
I have the final say. I'll be sure to get as many out as I can before that comes.
Good.
Good.
No matter the price we pay. Apologies. I've soured the mood.
Oh, it was soured before you
The
got
mood
to
was
us.
long soured before.
Mm-hmm. Soured right around the time we went in through the main gates.
Yep. As soon as Arn was taken away. Did not take long.
As soon as I saw fucking Dorst.
What
Right.
was that all about, by the way? I thought he worked.
No idea. I don't fucking know. I just know that he's in there being...
His forge was owned by Cornwall.
Ah. Hello.
Hello, Rin.
Brilliant.
Good to see you again.
Well, I want to say good, but I'm putting on a smile just because otherwise I just have a scowl.
Fair enough, I suppose. But it
Mhm.
was already noon.
Nope.
It's
Currently
time
2 now.
passes by sometimes slowly.
Strange.
Yeah.
Thought we came in around noon
Either way.
time. Interesting.
You two doing alright? I'm in travels?
Nope.
Absolutely
Anything I
fishy.
can help with?
Can you fucking kill me? I don't know.
Well, if you proceed with me
He
to
lost his sword.
the alleyway.
Oh, come now.
It's hard to kill himself without that.
Ah. That's pretty
Hello,
useful.
so quick
blue
to
eyes
play.
guy.
Just, you know.
No.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. You got multiple ways to do that. Listen, cheer up.
Yeah.
There's more than one answer in the world.
Great.
I could
You know
beat
what?
with
That's the
hammer.
best thing I've heard all day. Is I have multiple ways to fucking kill myself. Thanks, Rin.
Yeah.
Head drama is
Glad
the
to be of
best.
service.
Pull out the tooth.
What the fuck, Raylan?
No.
I think he still needs those.
Teeth? Mm-mm.
Not really. Could use a hindrance to his looks.
I heard to make like when they find a shark, I pull a tooth out, you can make a necklace out of it for good luck.
Yes,
What if you
I've
do it
made
for
many.
Drow?
Ooh.
What is a
like
shot?
a
I have
thing or something, right?
some ice troll canines. And some horns. And bones.
Sounds like perfect necklace material.
Aye. I want to do something with the horns, so they're big things.
You know what? Maybe we should check on some people.
Sure, you lead the way.
I'll see you guys around.
Some people, if you're looking for the apothecaries,
That's the one.
they are staying currently at the church, so you'd be
Aye.
more likely to find them there.
Really? What happened
Thank you,
to
then.
where they were staying
Up there.
before?
Yes. Well, currently staying outside the walls
Imperials.
is a little dangerous with the Imperials and everything, so it was deemed safer to stay at the church.
Makes sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget to ask for Alana, and somebody will lead you to her.
Alana. Understood.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
After you, Raylan.
Hey,
Ah,
just you know your dad.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
See, I told you, he'd be fine.
They knew he'd be fine.
Captain.
What did they do? Doris was saying he was
We
going
can
to
talk off
hurt
the
you.
streets. We can talk off the streets, my love.
Probably smart.
Home time.
Go deliver
Service
those
rather
to
than
the rest of the prisoners down there.
Alright, we'll go to the
Surprise.
church later.
They've attacked Miss Loretta in broad daylight.
Sounds like this country's problem. It's hard for me.
It's hard for me to care when Ireland treats people this way.
Agreed.
Can agree on. I'm going to go grab you something from the tavern if you'll stay here.
Thank you. I'll be in the fort. Why are there Hartford guards here?
I believe Hartford's.
It's me.
I believe she's talking to Mirandel.
Oh, fuck. Great.
Seems they can block the city streets whenever they want to.
I still know what you asked me to do, by the way.
Good. When it's done, we will go out into the wood, and we will bury it. And from that point forward, in my eyes, as your benefactor and lord, I will forgive you. But you must keep your word. You must take it seriously if you are really going to achieve your redemption. Huh?
I could have lied this whole time. I chose not to.
Good. It'll only serve you well in the future. Oh. We'll see about getting you armor.
Alright. I guess I better get riding.
Get to it.
Another one to add to our ranks.
Boy needs to learn how to.
He's the least offensive of the three. I was talking to Soma before we left for Hayloft. He was terrified for his life. Those three had taken Soma aside because they had heard about his actions at Ledford. They carved a symbol of death in his flesh and told him that they were going to kill him. You would know it, Steve's can't. So anybody who ever sees that, even if they don't know him, his life will be in danger for the rest of his life unless he keeps it covered.
You don't do that lightly.
Well, Heg and his goons did. To Soma, of all people. That's why I took him to Hayloft. Not only because we needed a surgeon, but I needed to keep my eye on him, make sure he didn't get killed. Don't get me wrong. What Soma did was abhorrent. But he has also saved far more lives than he's taken. The bandits, they never paid for what they did. There's a difference between making a mistake out of ignorance and choosing to grab a woman by her hair and slit her throat. They all consciously made those choices outside of Ledford. And they didn't do it once. They raided us for what? 3 days, 4. Then they took Kyler hostage, along with a couple others.
I did not know about that.
Took his shit.
What?
But I was furious. Come in.
Hey, Jesus, can you open the door, please? It's a little cold, but
I'm not complaining,
Thank
Miss
you,
Sonia.
Anya.
Thank you very much.
It's very kind of. Dang. You survived the Dorst. What happened?
think I can leave these here for you guys to fix?
Sure.
Hey.
Thank you. Okay, we'll leave you to your, wait till you're done with those. Christos is going to be mad.
That won't take long. Saying you're back in the city. All right.
And you're out of the barracks.
Dorst wasn't happy when he asked, "Where's Tang?" And I said, "Who's Tang?"
You said that too?
I heard about that.
He was not
May I
happy.
sit?
You don't have to ask, Miss Anya. Please, make yourself at home.
No. Most people do anyways. Me
Yeah, I'm
included.
not most people. I have manners.
But I don't think that Auditor
That's
Dorst
a
ever
first.
has a single moment where he is happy.
He
That's
does.
Not-
Happy to me. Happy to be of
I've
use.
seen it several times.
Well, he threatened to fillet me, and I threatened to fillet him if he touched a hair on your head.
He made it very clear that if I don't do what he wants, he's gonna kill every last one of you.
He made that
He
clear.
made
as
it
well.
very clear that if I don't follow his orders, he'll dismantle me where I stand.
The problem is the auditor can
Threats.
pull that off, and that's what I'm worried about.
You need to leave. Are you still under the impression that you cannot leave this place?
He's got men watching me, Miss Anya. We'll get crossbowed
fucking
as soon as we
tank.
try to. Tank's not invincible. That's why they
Tank
had
can't
mace
leave.
men at the front.
Or won't?
I see.
They specifically had him in mind. The warden was not happy about that.
Well, one thing I can guarantee is there is a place west for you all to hide, safely from everyone. No one comes to the
Sounds
jungles.
more and more like an option.
My monastery has many rooms and many beds to fill. Especially after this sickness is done sweeping through it, I can only imagine what's going on there.
Who is your goddess again? What is her name?
Sarah.
I see.
Our monastery is in a quiet part of the jungle, quite a bit away from the cities. About 4 hours journey from the closest one. On foot for me, at least.
God.
I just don't think any
You
of you
alright?
should stay in Ireland anymore.
I
I
don't
think we all
disagree.
agree with that.
Just need to figure out how to pull it off. That's the problem.
We have some options.
Tang needs
There are
his
options.
friend, right?
Just can't talk about it at the moment.
They have the engineer working for the crown now.
Great.
Working for
Apparently he
Dorst,
was
you mean?
found. Yes, I suppose. He's working on ballista trebuchets.
Is he
That's
the
what I
only
asked him to
engineer
do in the
you
first
know?
place.
There are
He's the only
engineers in
engineer
Gradia.
in Ireland.
You have to understand, Ireland was in a period of civil war for thousands of years. They're not as advanced as most of the other countries. Spent more time killing each other than they did advancing.
Fucking
I
humans.
never really knew why
So
that was.
shit.
Sorry.
The first time I even heard the official name of one of them, an engineer, was only a few months ago. Before that, it was just tinkerers and
actually good. Ever since those iron
madmen.
left, there's no one left in town who's willing to sell a sword.
Surely there is someone in Gradia who can help you if you can't get to your friend.
But the problem is this friend is the only engineer the Iron Wolves have. And if I was to enter Gradia without him, I'd be betraying my word to Cornwall,
It all comes
despite
back
what
to
he's
Cornwall.
done.
All comes back to powerful people holding us against our will.
Aye.
And now they're all going west. I wonder what they'll do to my country.
I doubt Gradia would roll over for him.
Gradia has
Gradians
its
are
own
harder than that.
basket of rotten eggs to deal with.
Oh, that's true.
Pesky noblemen and merchants from Ireland will only fill the spots that aren't filled already.
Instead of kings and nobles, there's council members.
Council members that are currently all at war with each other. Openly.
Oh,
Like children.
Great.
I had heard that
Fucking
was one of their
landers.
strange laws. See, in Ireland, the way it is vassals must obey their king. And if they tell their vassals, I don't give a shit what your squabble is, your allies, then they have to abide by it. Gradia, correct me if I'm wrong. The councils are considered to be free men. They don't really have an allegiance to a king, but to their own dynasties. If one dynasty's perceived to slight another, they're free to go to war to settle it, as long as the loser reimburses the winner.
It is the same with Neramon and most threatened cities, except we don't typically war with each other. We have bigger fish to fry.
If those councilmen could kill each other and one could stand, they would have done it already. But Gradia cannot function without all 12. Each one of them are shitty in their own regard. Especially the one of the underbelly. Hopefully he's dead since someone else has taken his spot. The last time I checked, he's still dead.
I see.
Well, what I do know is this.
Treat you better than Ireland, though.
We survived Aloth. We're all still here.
Nay.
Despite all odds.
Are we not going to talk about that, though? The temple? Baynir? What happened?
I will admit that for a majority of my life I have not believed in any gods.
Neither have I.
The kind of atrocities I've seen. Things done to women and children. There are those that claim to have gods of healing and strength and virtue. Why are there still mothers who die in childbirth? Children who starve in the winter? Women who
Because
lose their
gods-
husbands to brigands?
If they do exist, then there's no way they are good.
It's because
That's how I
there is
felt.
no real faith here. Only desperation. Desperation to rely on something that isn't us, because apparently we can't do it ourselves. Gods are not meant to fix our problems. They are not meant to control our lives.
But should
They are
they
not
not
physical.
view their creations as their children? It is said that the gods made these different races. Would you not covet your child?
I know you love Kyler.
Would you
but do
abandon them?
Control his every move, his every thought and action.
I would if I could.
Like to see you try, old man.
Just be you. What I
The
mean
gods
to
are
say
stupid,
is,
power hungry.
I don't think they want to control their daughters and sons. We were put here
So they leave them.
to live on our own.
Apparently Bania fucking hates their subjects. Apparently it's a running thing where they kind of...
Whatever that was.
Look at that.
Oh.
I think I caused some emotional
I see
damage.
You set off my door alarm.
Hello, I am door alarm.
Oh, it's Lana. And the acolyte. Ow! Fuck. I think you guys would like the monastery. It's quiet. There's a waterfall.
I don't know if I would.
As long as it doesn't have snow.
It's not for everyone.
I do like waterfalls.
Oh, there's plenty of
But
water.
not the
Raylan.
gods.
There is a beautiful river that runs directly through the monastery. Deep enough to swim, but not to drown. Unless you're stupid.
I assume you
I don't
came
drown.
with purpose.
Yeah, only takes like 3 inches to drown someone.
3 inches?
Yeah, of water.
Landers are
I
stupid.
thought it was a tablespoon.
No, if it's 3 inches
Landers
and you
are
hold
really
their head down in
stupid.
it, they die over time.
Is that from
Idiots.
experience, or did you read that somewhere?
You couldn't read until recently, right?
I couldn't read until recently.
I haven't heard that since I was called something other than a blacksmith. One moment. I am, needed by the church acolyte for a time. A talk.
Mhm. We were wanting to speak with her as well.
Well,
I'll
Could
get
we
out of your
join?
hair.
in our hair, not at all. Thank
You
you
know
for your
I was going
kindness,
to
Anya.
leave, but then you shut the door on me.
Problem.
Also need to talk to you about options,
we join?
Han, at some point.
Aye.
You're a funny boy.
We've come across some.
Let's take a walk. And
We
you
were
can tell
told
me.
to- Don't believe it is out in the open kind of talk. Plus, we
won't
were
be
told
out
not
in the
to
open.
talk to others about it. Not until he figures it out.
Right. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Made it back safe.
There are all people that don't want to hear this. So, all the better.
Same.
Never a thing.
You as
Thank
well,
you
in
for
fact.
everything that you did while we were in the north.
And thank you for trying to keep me safe.
I will always try. I'm just not very good at it. Come back later,
Just
we'll take a look at
remember-
your arm.
I don't want any of you to lie for me.
Wait, who's that person you're talking to, Han? Never met this person before.
Who are you?
Who's this?
Would you like for me to introduce your son to my right hand?
That's kinky.
Good luck.
Let's go.
Just know that you're important, Tang, that's all.
It might be best that he comes along.
Well, never mind. I guess you've been
Are you
requested.
okay, Broccoli?
Specifically.
Please.
Well,
The fuck, Raylan?
well,
Can't even joke
I was
about
going
it.
to bury myself anyway, so let's go.
Oh, goodness.
Then let's go.
Alright.
Lead us well. Preferably a lake. I can fucking wash.
Conversation's been pretty
Hey,
strange.
you. How you
I
doing?
always stop by
He's
the
gonna
well.
bury
Ooh.
himself.
You okay?
Want to introduce him to his right hand? Like,
Need to talk. Later.
Sure. Come here.
I'm not judging you, of course, Ting, so...
I need to give you a book on human terms, Vaughn.
Oh. I would appreciate that, actually.
It was a really yummy fish, too.
Wait,
I'm glad to hear
I didn't have any fish.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Soon you won't need me anymore.
have what you need.
God, I cannot imagine that day.
No, you can catch much swifter, much faster than I can.
It's just a small one.
boots I can't use.
My goodness, it really surprised us both that we even managed to catch one.
Lovely
Popping
slutty.
around, so maybe.
It's nice to see you again.
Greetings.
I'll speak with you later. Looks like you're busy.
I will be around.
Hi.
Arn, you would,
Same thing with you, Tang.
from having
Hope you
seen
go
it
well.
before, you would recognize that the ring is not on her hand right now.
Hmm.
To take much for those short legs. That was really uncalled for, actually.
Acolyte, I think we have one extra coming this information that's from Gradia?
Run.
Oh!
She
Oh, there's
is.
Mirandel. Perfect.
This is specifically for our
Vaughn, that
student.
water stinks. You're gonna want to get in something cleaner soon.
Than I was, at least.
You might want to
Maybe
get
even
those
them
that
can
she's
believe
following
it.
you.
But, oh god. Are you okay?
Anya,
Not dead yet.
Yes, ma'am.
is there something you need? Was there something you needed?
DM question,
try and
did
keep
they
it that
feel
way.
anything from him?
Talk to me.
So I'm just kind of quietly.
That feeling never goes away.
I don't know who said that, but regarding the. I will talk to you regarding.
Every bone in my body aches.
There is something that I'm looking into regarding the condition that's trying to treat.
You look like hammered. Horse
I'm
dog
coming to
shit.
possession of materials that
Yes,
may
ma'am.
allow me to
Good to see you're okay.
better have a chance of finding.
I
what
just
it
can't
is
stay
that
close to
I'm
Mirandel
looking
because of
to
those markings.
Sorry.
I'd requested that he didn't touch any of your sensitive.
Nothing against him particularly, he just knows I gotta keep my distance.
Thank God.
I get it.
I'm having to navigate through.
Apparently things really hit the fan. Well, the windmill, I should say.
If anything comes of it,
God, I wish you'd
We had scout night killers roaming the.
would have buckled immediately.
Yeah.
my own reasons, and it happens to be one of the many.
No more peaceful swamp anymore either.
The first.
Nice big wall right through it.
Whether it is something I can
I like your presence.
create,
You know,
or
the last
procure
strange to me at
anything,
first,
but if it is what
kind of
I
suits you,
am hoping
actually.
to find, there's a much better chance of working.
That's true. I tried to teach.
Chicken here.
What's her name?
It actually means a
Little
lot.
tiny frail girl. The value of the stick, but she
The only
burned
thing
it.
I can
so
think of is,
she's going to die.
are there any other languages that you
I
speak of
consider
and
your family
sort
been
of
so
speak? Are you able to read anything?
just a
that
little bit.
common?
Gallows humor.
Are there any other languages
Oh
that
my
you know?
God.
It's become my coping mechanism.
You can see Yindel's mark on the back of her hand.
You spend enough time on them, I suppose.
And I won't shirk that title.
Indeed. Well, I mean
Though
that's
I may not be able to
goes for two of us.
show the same signifier of it.
Let her in one piece.
You as well. A lot to catch you up on. I'd like to tell you firsthand so that you don't get the wrong impression, but it seems that time simply does not agree with us.
And you need to wash up.
Darren. I will be but a moment.
Unless you've got a quick moment.
By the way,
Can
if you could, I will. If it comes,
Well, while he's
comes up
thinking.
that you can
Voice in my brain.
speak to
Sorry,
me in a
you said.
bit. I'm holding up.
I said if you've got a quick moment, there's something I'd like to catch you up on.
Can read High Elven.
I feel like it's better you hear it from me in first person rather
Noted.
than
I will keep that in mind.
telephone.
Drow.
Or what
You don't mind.
messenger?
How rare sight.
Something crazy again.
And then I'll fuck off. Just kind of
No.
covered it.
Very well.
Mithrax, like, do that?
Well,
Personal conversation
tomato, tomato,
with
right?
him.
I will stay way back, and I just want to wash off, and then I will.
Of
Want to go
course.
step on a rock?
I'm trying to step on toes.
Apologies for the
Where's he
hold up
going?
there.
Well, assuming
The
he's
fu-
ready.
what?
He,
That is good
I-
news.
I honestly don't know.
I think he took that as yes to the private conversation, so
I'm going to the lake. I don't.
Why did you just run away?
Questions for later.
I thought you were
Run,
following.
little bitch.
I'm getting dragged away for another conversation, Miranda.
Oh, are you?
That's why I came out.
Sorry. Was it terribly important? Well, unfortunate.
Not 2
But
minutes.
long story short, I'll just whisper to you.
Not 2 minutes back in that quick.
God, there's no other way to do this quickly. I'll talk to you tomorrow. How's that?
I'll come
Tomorrow?
find you first thing.
Very good.
It's almost like a,
Have fun. I'm going to see if I can get in touch with the commander and then go to sleep.
that would be
But
I'll
he's been in the castle all day, so
Master
that's
of
probably
the
not likely.
Silver Reach,
I'll probably stay in the castle for the rest of the day.
about the paladin with the
Mm.
king.
We can
Oh,
relay
so it
it
seems.
to Arn if you want.
I'll tell on the
You
the
can relay
stinky
him
stuff.
everything except for the
I'll leave out the
good
castle
good.
stuff.
Yes.
Great, great.
Also,
Alright.
for your information, Normally I put coral and shells in my hair, but there's no coral and shells here. So don't hate the stick.
It's a good stick.
It's just like detritus.
Here we go. It's like
It's just, I think there's dirt on this one. It's like muddy.
It's what? Are you...
Nothing.
Really?
Nothing.
There's mud in my hair?
Never mind.
Where?
Never mind.
Where?
It's fine.
Take it off.
No,
I guess
it's
I
fine.
can...
No, it's alright. We're
Don't in my hair,
okay.
stupid land.
So far, as long as you stay nearby.
Just walk away from the gate before anyone else stops us for a few minutes, and we stand out here all day.
God, I'm tired.
I can only presume that's what you found up there was
Horrible.
living up to the
Fucking horrible.
I learned I hate the
never,
snow, I hate the ice, I hate the cold.
Ever, in a million goddamn fucking years, do I ever want to go back to that northern shithole. Ever.
I will kill something and myself if I have to go back up there.
I
Fuck
hope
the
that
north,
the
I hate it so much.
colorful language I usually don't use conveys my abhorrence of the northern barbaric tribes.
Awful. The people, the place, everything. I hate it so much. Terrible.
The way you're talking about it makes it sound like you prefer to be underground Ledford than that again, and that's saying something.
I do. I do.
Oh my goodness.
I would.
At least it's warm
I
there.
shall.
Dear Lord, that is saying something.
Mm.
I suppose there is one thing that should be mentioned.
That would be.
We heard
We heard a fucking
a
god.
god.
Excuse me?
Exactly what I said.
The Bjornin one.
I was going to say, which one?
Bainir.
Bainir?
So he does exist.
Oh.
Apparently so. They were very vocal. We also
Even
saw
with all the
something
things
else.
that I get up to, even that comes as a bit of a surprise to me.
We
That
saw
is
Fjall
new.
again.
What? Fjall?
Fjall. From Ludford. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
I
Of
do.
course, the show. Mm-hmm.
He died for the same day that I had to
We saw him.
sacrifice a grove.
He appeared to us almost transparent, could see right through him. Said something about fulfilling Bainir's will. And then he stepped towards Baelor, who was also there. He's alive.
He's fine.
It's all right. He's keeping
He's
other
apparently
people
a
safe.
full Bjornin now. And his name is not Balir, it's Signy.
He also has 2 eyes.
Yeah, and
His
2
body
legs.
was healed. Fully. His eye returned, his leg returned. And somehow he is a full-blooded Bjorning. By Bainir's grace or curse.
Fucking.
Fjall, his spirit walked straight towards him. Disappeared into him. We watched as blood spurted from his limbs and they grew. Muscle
weird.
formed around bone. But he
Can't
walked
believe
out
I
with
got
2
outdone
eyes.
by a god. How much of my life I've given him.
Careful,
He
you know.
was very
Sounds almost heretical.
well.
Pretty sure my entire existence is heretical to at least one of the gods of the Empire's people.
Just to set your mind more, he's actually believe Yursa would call it a... Was it Thane?
Jarl?
No, that's Yursa.
She's a,
Yursa is Yarla.
Yarla. Well, he's in charge of it.
Taylor, as we were leaving, was made in charge of Clan Mayor as she was away. But she is Yarla.
All the odd things I've seen traveling among the wood.
I told him you were doing well, Lisa.
Has to take the cake.
I don't know what
Are you sure?
How do you think I feel? I'm a walking
I am
book for
positive.
about 6 different gods in his time of being alive.
The notes that he had from before that we had found originally from... What was that place?
Just about.
So long ago when we first heard his name, but they're complete. There he is.
But... what?
Huh?
I can't explain it.
I have so many questions.
They just said that while we were away, they met Goldrick.
Sadly, I only missed him by a few hours as I was in Kagovia, coming back
Wait,
from it.
Goldrick, like as in the actual one, not like a relative?
Yes,
Almost.
actually him.
But that
I
would
would
mean
almost
he's...
Are you
consider
sure
him
of
to
this?
be a...
In fact, I actually did see him for a bit.
Well, let's walk towards the
Seeing me off.
river so you can clean up, and I will tell you.
Right.
I don't want you to be
That's-
sitting there.
I wasn't actually originally going into this topic first, but since you have started that, it will lead into...
You should have just looked like you were just like, oh my goodness.
No, it's fine.
So, if y'all say y'all witnessed that, there's nothing left to chance anymore in this world.
Gods are
You saw a
real,
god,
Godrick
we
is
saw
alive.
someone who should not be alive, but has as much immense power to them as Fulgrith, according to her and her own feelings when she was here.
Mother, I don't think they know that about you. I don't think you're about what he's capable of.
Excuse me a moment.
The lake is even more beautiful than I last remember.
I guess that is how Tang might get clean. Just walk straight in. He'd sink to the bottom, I presume.
This kind of walks on the bottom of it, yeah.
I can only imagine that. Just a simple stroll upon the bottom.
At hand.
I can't say that, they're not explained.
So crazy to us, but so easy to him.
Let me help. There we go.
You two, seeing as you've already heard all of this, could just keep a general watch and try to dissuade anybody from coming over here for a bit so we can talk in peace. I'd greatly appreciate it.
It shall be done.
Thank you, listen.
This kind of stuff happens every single time we walk away alive.
What happened?
All I can say is that the gentleman reminded me of a lot taller dwarf because his beard was so long.
I know it was authentic because, true to form, when he left something of his behind aside from the gift he gave to Faye. Something that reacted with that I've been holding on to. And to say that what happened when those two things came together was overwhelming is putting it lightly.
You're going to be alright.
I just hope it might be yet an answer for a greater
Wrapping your head around
issue.
all this.
Things have transpired while you are all away.
Make sure you
Which,
can
of
hear
course,
this.
is.
Ting.
It is an immense understatement, of course, to say that things have transpired, but.
Make sure you can hear this.
It is. The plan that. People like Osgood, the Crown, have about how they wish to stop the war from making it here and overcoming Adwick and the rest of Ireland. And what they are willing to sacrifice in order to achieve that. I don't know how much of it you know. But the reason why they wanted to get that artifact back that was stolen by the Black Serpents is because it is key to enacting what it is that they want to do, or rather what they want me to do. Their plan is to use that to stop the legions from getting here by destroying every archway between here and the rest of Eastern Ireland.
That sounds like as good a plan as any.
And in doing that, will render the entirety of that half the country a miasmic wasteland. Everything will be gone.
A heavy price, to be sure. But we certainly will function the way that you were told it would be.
I am not certain myself. They seem to be very certain of it. But that is the crux of the issue for me, is that this is the only thing that has been presented as an option they're willing to pursue. And of course, it is a matter of how much death do I want to have on my shoulders?
I mean, at the end of the day, the Empire is going to kill God knows how many. Every single non-human between us and the other side of the sea, if they have their way, will be dead. Why not?
Well, there is one thing, Lauren, that I just gotta be scared for you. Is that if we do this, there's no telling if the chain reaction will continue on all the way to Gewin and destroy it as well. We don't know.
Well, if it's in that same breath, how do we know it's not going to go in the other direction?
I know. That's why it's a scary option.
If you don't know how to use it, then no. But the way that it was just explained to me, correct me if I'm wrong, is the one that you use it at, it destroys the connected archways. Yes?
From what much I understand from what has been explained about it.
And that sounds like everything that's adjacent to me. I will be honest with you. I don't care about Ireland anymore. Everything I have done for it has found me in a cell, or tortured, or held hostage, or sent to die for an... At first I believed that enemy of my enemy is my friend, and I was willing to fight alongside and for Ireland, even after they butchered my people. I don't care. I'd say do it. It'll stop the Empire. And on top of that, anyone that you want to survive behind us won't be killed by the Empire anytime soon.
Even if, and this is one of the numerous reasons I gave pause, that would mean you would never get closure as well. You do realize that's part of the blast radius is Ledford, and what lies beneath it.
I'll find a way.
That's
Can't go that far underground, can it?
If what I believe you want to go there for is accurate, it's right next to where the explosion would resonate from. In that
Then I guess I will have to do it before you do that.
I do not know how much time I am being allotted to figure this out. As it stands, they can't act yet as they don't have the item back. But probably here in the coming days, if not today, Osgood and the Paladins are making a move in the sewers to try to get that item back. After which I will probably either be encouraged, if not forced, to aid in this effort, so it's a matter of willing or not.
I was told Osgood was putting together a group of people to do it. I.e., no one in the actual lore itself. Apparently there's supposed to be a crate of special potions that will allow people to see down in the sewers.
I know not. Aside from the fact that it is simply the time limit on this.
Also,
I only ask because of the fact that it is entirely because of the last conversation that we had. At least one in any extended capacity.
also, I'm wondering if this is done, Mother, if maybe they'll let Arn go with us when we flee to the west. Because he'll no longer be needed, since there'll be a buffer.
More like I don't even know how to get him there in the first place.
Apparently those who assist in this foray into the sewers, Osgood has promised anyone who does it will each be given an amount of silver and put on a supply wagon out of Adwick.
Oh, really?
Apparently.
Did that Arn go on that wagon?
I don't know.
We do what we do?
No.
They would probably keep him here and use him when they're backed into a corner.
My fucking soul.
Which means that if I go down there and help, I could give my spot to one of you two to get on this wagon if you need it.
And another way west has been opened up by the Lawkeeper. Morgrim's father.
I truly
Grandfather, I mean.
don't. I truly don't know one way or another.
It's not a way that's open, Tang. It's the deep roads, things that dwarves used to use that are all abandoned now. It won't be a walk in the park. You'll be guaranteed from one direction to the other, but it will be a fight. And if you think those mushrooms aren't down there, well, he already said he believes they are. So if they're non-combatants, I wouldn't advise going that way.
While y'all were gone, I did do what I was tasked with, and I did get a crate. A collective I was only able to, with what venom we had and the hornwood I could gather while y'all were gone. 12 elixirs of Galdrick's recipe. 12.
I can't deal with all this.
It's just the surface too. There's a lot more
I've been
going
dealing
on.
with it for long enough anyway.
Admittedly, I was not expecting the answer to be simply straightforward to just do it.
What other options do we have, Iandel? If I could bloody do it at this point, I would. We've got the Empire knocking on our door. No way to stop them. Ireland's armies have failed. They are soon to be right here at the capital. What other option do we have? They aren't miles away. They aren't on the other side of Ambershire and Oakenbrook. They are 40 minutes horse ride in that direction. If that. It's the same painful choice that you have to make when you're in charge of anything. If you're a lord and your army is small, you need to conscript the common folk. It is not something any man wants to do. But sometimes you have to. Do you even know why they do that? Why there are peasant levies? It's to protect a lord's stronger troops.